Did you know that right now, this very second, there's a war going on inside your body? It's this silent, invisible battle against tiny invaders. So in this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain. We'll meet the defenders fighting for you and unlock the secrets of your amazing immune system.
Hey, welcome to the explainer from Spotwork Learning. Before we dive in, do us a quick favor. Make sure you're subscribed and definitely hit that like button. It helps us a ton. That's right, we're calling it the Unseen War. It's this non-stop saga of defense, counterattack, and memory, and it's literally what determines whether you stay healthy or get sick. So, let me ask you, are you ready to meet the incredible army that protects you 24/7? All right, let's do this. Okay, every good story needs a villain, right? So let's start with Act 1, the invasion. It's time to meet our bad guys, the world's tiniest invaders, also known as pathogens. So what in the world is a pathogen? Well, to put it simply, it's any microorganism that can get inside a host, yep, that means you, reproduce, and then cause a disease that you can pass on to someone else. And these pathogens aren't all the same. They basically fall into 4 main groups. You've got viruses, think influenza. Then there are bacteria, the culprits behind things like cholera. You've also got protectists, which cause malaria, and fungi, like athlete's foot. And trust me, each one of these has its own sneaky way of causing trouble. But here's the good news. Our bodies are not just sitting ducks, which brings us to Act 2, the defense. Let's start with the first line of defense, the fortress walls, so to speak. This is so cool. This is our body's first line of defense. First off, you've got your skin. It's like a waterproof shield. Then the hairs in your nose, they're basically tiny filters. The mucus in your airways acts like super sticky flypaper, trapping any would-be invaders. And get this, the acid in your stomach is so strong, it's like a chemical weapon, dissolving most of the nasty bacteria you might accidentally swallow. But what happens when those walls are breached? Well, that's when an infection officially begins. An alarm bell goes off, signaling the body to mobilize its internal army. The fight has now moved inside. And who's leading this internal counterattack? Meet the elite soldiers of our immune system, the white blood cells. Now, these soldiers come in 2 main types. First up, you've got the phagocytes. Think of these guys as the frontline infantry. They're not picky, they just patrol your tissues and basically eat any foreign invader they come across. But then, you have the lymphocytes. These are the special forces, the elite snipers. They don't just attack randomly. They launch a highly targeted, precision strike against one specific enemy. So how do they do it? How are they so precise? Well, every pathogen has these unique markers on its surface called antigens. And what the lymphocytes do is produce these special proteins called antibodies. The incredible part is that each antibody has a shape that is a perfect match for a specific antigen. It's a perfect lock and key system. The antibody, the key, locks onto the antigen, the lock, and tags that pathogen for destruction. Okay, so how does this whole response get going? It's basically a 3-step process. Step 1 is recognition. The right lymphocyte, the one with the perfect antibody key, bumps into the pathogen. Step 2, cloning. As soon as it finds the match, that lymphocyte starts dividing like crazy, cloning itself to build a massive army of identical cells. And finally, step 3, secretion. This brand new clone army starts pumping out tons and tons of that one specific antibody needed to wipe out the infection. All right, let's get to the final act, memory and victory. Because honestly, the most amazing part of your immune system isn't just that it wins the battle. It's that it remembers the enemy forever. Just look at this. It's a tale of 2 infections. The graph on the left shows what happens the first time you get sick. It takes a while for your body to find the right lymphocyte and build up enough antibodies. That's why you feel sick. The response is slow. But now, look at the graph on the right. This is the second time that same pathogen tries to invade. The response is lightning fast and way, way more powerful. The invaders don't even stand a chance. You take them out before you even know you're under attack. So, what's the secret? Why is that second response so incredibly fast? It's all thanks to these absolute heroes, the memory cells. See, after that first fight, some of those cloned lymphocytes stick around. They become veterans. They circulate in your blood, sometimes for the rest of your life, just waiting. The second they spot that old enemy, they launch a massive, overwhelming attack. That, my friends, is what we call immunity. Now, there are a couple of ways to get this immunity. First, there's active immunity. This is where your body builds its own archive of memory cells, either by fighting off an actual infection or through vaccination. This is the real deal. It's long-lasting. Then you have passive immunity. Think of this like borrowing a suit of armor. You get ready-made antibodies from somewhere else, like a baby gets from its mother's milk. It works right away, which is great, but it's only temporary because your body never learned how to make the armor itself. And that idea of training our immune system, well, it brings us to one of the single greatest achievements in the history of medicine. A way to train our immune army for battle without ever having to actually get sick. Of course, I'm talking about vaccination. So how does this training exercise work? It's genius, really. A vaccine introduces a safe, harmless version of a pathogen into your body. It might be a weakened version, a dead one, or even just a tiny piece of it. The key is it can't make you sick, but it still has those all-important antigens on its surface. Your lymphocytes spot the antigens, they launch a full-scale response, and, crucially, they create those vital memory cells. It's like a perfect dress rehearsal. Your body gets that long-term active immunity all ready for when the real invader shows up.
But does it actually work? Oh yeah, just look at this graph. It's basically a picture of victory. For decades, the number of measles cases in the US was sky high. Then in 1963, the vaccine was introduced and boom, the cases just plummeted. And the ultimate success story? Smallpox, a truly terrible disease that was completely 100% wiped off the face of the earth, all thanks to vaccination.
But the unseen war is far from over. This battle is ongoing. Viruses like the flu are constantly mutating, changing their antigens to try and sneak past our memory cells. And as we all know, new threats can and do emerge. It's why understanding our incredible immune system and the science that helps support it is more important now than ever before.
So, I want to leave you with a thought. Now that you know your immune system is this incredible learning machine, it adapts, it remembers, it gets stronger, how does that change the way you think about your own health, about the choices you make every single day? Hey, if you enjoyed this explainer and learned something new, we'd love it if you'd show some support for Spotwork Learning. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. It really makes a difference.
We've got a lot more explainers like this coming your way very soon, so stay tuned, stay curious, and we'll catch you in the next one.